guys. So I caught some flack recently about a video I made pointing out that the Christian Bible is mythology, right? There are a lot of people who are highly resistant to the idea that the stories laid down in the Bible are not actually true, that they're myths, right? And, you know, we have mythology all around the world, you know, and all of that is feasible, but, you know, this is true. This is quite literally the gospel, right? And yet there's so much that is obvious myth, you know? For example, the obvious best choice is Noah's Ark, right? So God comes to Noah and says, hey, I'm going to flood the entire world and kill everybody because they're sinful and evil, but your family is righteous, so I want you to be protected, so I want you to build this giant boat. And you also need to save all the animals because everybody's going to die. So Noah builds this giant boat, right, and puts 2 of every animal in the world in this boat. Okay, and this includes kangaroos and koalas from Australia, where people there didn't even know existed at the time, right? And grizzly bears and polar bears and lions, right? And tigers, okay? And what was it, 40 days and 40 nights? The earth was rained so much torrential rain it floods the whole planet, right, for over a month. Now, how in the world did he feed these animals, including these vicious predators, for over a month in this boat? You know, there's no land. Remember, he had to send a dove out and finally found an olive branch, and that's how he knew that land was finally showing up again. So there was you couldn't pull over and get some food, you know what I mean? They were on this boat for over a month, okay? And then, after 40 days and 40 nights, all the water just recedes. Where did it go? They just open a big plug in the center of the planet and it all drained in there? You know, you can't flood the whole world and the water just drains away. And then, after all that time, he lands in the same region of the world where he started. You know? That's convenient. You know, he didn't end up in, like, England or, you know, America somewhere. No, he ended up right where he started. Okay? It's obvious myth by people who just didn't understand the size and the scope of the world. You know what I mean? Okay, but let's say for a minute that's actually true. Like, it can't possibly be, but let's say it is. What about Samson and Delilah? Here's a good one. Samson has superhuman strength on account of his long hair, right? And Delilah, secretly his enemy, cuts off all his magic hair while he's sleeping, and suddenly he's weak as a baby because his magic hair is gone. And they're able to capture him. And so he prays to God, and God gives him the power one last time to vanquish his enemies. Okay? Why do people not realize that this is exactly the same as Loki turning himself into a snake to fool Thor, right? Now that's obviously myth. That never happened. But Samson's magical hair, that's true. I just cannot fathom why people in the 21st century are still so hung up on this ancient mythology, which is clearly not true. This stuff isn't possible. Anybody who can think rationally should be able to see these are stories, myths. They're legends, you know? That's all. And the Bible is chock full of more. I mean, all you have to do is leaf through there and you find time and time again stuff which is obvious myth. But someone's gonna be bitching my ass out about this one too because of pointing this out. It's like, do you seriously believe this stuff? People do seriously believe this stuff, and it just boggles my mind.